Hello everybody. Today we're going to see how I draw Bronto. Okay, so pencils first and then Sharpie. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of this video, look in the description and you'll see a link you can click on that will take you directly to the Sharpie portion of the video. So for those of you that are sticking around, I have to start off with a quick sketch for myself, and then I'll join you Sharpie people in a few minutes. So first I gotta come up with a good sketch. I think I know where I'm gonna go with this. I kind of want him in a like a strongman pose, and what I mean by that, I just kind of have him like flexing his arms. What's funny is I should have done this for Rex, like, you know, Rex Flex, you know, but instead I'm kind of doing it with Bronto. Let's see, and I mean it still works, you know. I just gotta make myself happy, you know, and put him in a good enough pose that I like where he is, and I like what he's doing, and I can live with it. Yeah, I think that'll work. Yeah, because I'll be able to get, I hate to cheat, but I'll be able to get away with drawing the back of his hand here, because he's kind of you know, holding his fist up kind of like this, but you're just looking at the back edge like that, you know. So there's not too much detail I have to draw, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Kind of a cheat, but it's not. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It's like you should never think of it as cheating. You should think of it as like that's where he is, you know. And I'm not cheating by stealing or messing anything up. I'm just saying cheating that I'm supposed to be showing you how to draw stuff, and I'm kind of getting away with, well, let's avoid that and do it this way, you know. All right. Okay. And let's see. I gotta make room for his two belts, because this is based on the old two belt character. And then let's see. Old two belts, two straps, and let's see. I gotta draw I was in the middle of drawing up here. All of a sudden I got distracted and wanted to come down here and draw his legs. I know it's legs, but sometimes I make myself laugh by saying the word silly. Silly. Okay. Okay. Kind of like this character I knew that was called Jimmy, but we decided to call him Jimmy because it was funnier to say. And let's see. I think that'll work for the legs. You know what? It's funny. He's kind of ended up being kind of like a Popeye pose, kind of, or a fighting pose, I guess. You might not know who Popeye is, so it's kind of silly of me to say that, huh? Okay. So let's see. I think I'm happy with that leg, so I just got to get happy with this one. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's see. We'll bring that in, do this, and draw one of those. Gotta make sure I leave room for the straps. Lay it in like that. There we go. All right. So that means I can draw this like this, draw that like that. I can draw the kerchief out to the side like that, but I gotta leave room for that big old head, right? That big old chompy chomp head. And there's not much as far as the facial features that I can do because it's kind of completely covered up. Let's see. Okay. Not bad, not bad. I gotta do something though. Let me see how I can figure this out. Because I mean, at this point, all you really are gonna see is the mouth, you know? That's really about it. So there's not much else I can draw. Facial wise, you know? His face edges will be right there, and then it'll disappear. So I'm gonna bring this in just a little bit because I have it kind of wide. Like that. Yeah, I like that much better. Okay, so let me just draw this other arm real fast. So the arms are there, do there, do there, do this, do that, do this, do that. And let's see, he's just got a glove on over here. That's really about it. Okay, so let's see, there's one digit there, and then tucked in. Okay, like that. So that means I can draw these like this, draw that one like that. So okay, I think, there we go. I like that, I like that. So I think I'm about ready to start. Yeah, like that. Okay, all right, hopefully that's not too thick. Like this is supposed to be Sharpie drawing, right? So I don't want it to stand out too much with pencils. So I'm just gonna erase a lot of the harder edges because with my sketch I know where I was going and I know where it's going to take me. Alright, okay, so I'm going to switch over now to the Sharpies. So it's the Sharpie portion of the video. Yay! So I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, and I'm going to start off with the Sharpie pen just to control some of the fine edges a little bit better. And I'm going to start off with the face. And so let's see, I'm going to draw the mouth like this, just to give me some edges of where I'm going to go with this. And stop points is what I call them. It's the best thing to use because you kind of need them to start to stop, you know, kind of self-explanatory. And so I'm just going to draw his teeth like that, and this will give me edges to, like I said, start and stop. I'm going to thicken this up just a little bit because as fine as this is, sometimes it's too fine, and I want it to have a little bit more of a line width to it. Okay, and here I'm just kind of doing a small tapered edge, not tapered, a small thin edge for the edges of his mouth. Just again, just to give me a guide of where, how far to go and how far not to go. Okay, and I'm kind of just making it up. I'm not counting how many teeth there are. I'm not trying to get this exact. Because you get the point, you know? Okay, so since we can see the mouth, let's go ahead and put that in there. I'm gonna give him the edge like this, and what I can do is I guess I'll give him his mustache. That's about the best I can do. Like that. So that also means the nose is right up here, but I don't want to do too much. Because see how it's just getting all convoluted? You can't see what's what. Well, yeah, let's just stop there before we get too crazy. Because see, now it just looks like I just put a bunch of little silly lines down. So there's no point to that. I'm not going to worry about that. So I'm just going to do a few little more lines for the nostrils like this. Just following my sketch. And I say let's do the eyes with Sharpie. Well, this whole thing's with Sharpie, right? With the finer Sharpie. And let's see, I'm gonna do this one like this, and then I'm gonna switch over to the big fat Sharpie. Okay, love that noise. Okay, so you know what? A few more lines because there is an edge to his eyes. I'm gonna do like that, and that'll kind of give me the edge of his nose here, like that. Because it kind of comes around like this, but you can't really see it from the front view like this. So, all right, so I'm going to switch over to the big Sharpie now. So now I'm just going to basically follow my sketch going around the head. So I'm going to just pick a start point and just come around and follow it. Okay, and it's kind of got a bump to it on top like that. It comes back down, goes in here. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and reconnect it over here. And reconnect it over here. And that's pretty much all I can do for the head. There are some more like little smiley lines, like lip lines that kind of gotta go like this. But it's almost too fine to do. Now see how it gets all messed up and just mixed up right there? That's why I don't like doing that. I just want to let it go, you know? Let the coloring take care of all that. Okay, so let's just move on with the rest of it for ourselves. So basically now we just get to draw the kerchief and the rest of the body. So I'm just going to kind of do just some lines because it's all you know, creased and folded and wrapped up around his neck like that. And so now we're just going to draw his shoulders, and I'm going to draw this arm first because it's over everything else. So his arm's going to come to his shoulder like this. It's going to be big and round, connect to the bottom of his arm to the elbow like that. And even though I don't want to like cut it off, like draw just the arm floating by itself, there are lines, like backpack lines, that I can draw there anyway. So I'm going to need to do that no matter what. Okay, so let's draw his bicep to the crook of his arm, and then the little, what do you call it? I always call it a wrist communicator, though it's not. I mean, they don't communicate with it. It's just because it has like that little like comm link looking box right here, something like that. I imagine that they use it to talk to each other with, but nobody does, you know? I mean, maybe that's the noise you hear, that little cricket noise that when you first turn it on. Maybe that's what that is. I don't know. Anyway, so we have to move on. We have to move on. So there is a band that goes over. Sometimes I do it with color. This time, because you can see that where it's tied up, I'm going to kind of do one of these just to show that it's tied onto his arm right there. And so now I can draw his fist. And so, like I said, all we got to do for the fist is pretty much draw the outline, because that's all you can see, you know? There is the detail, you know, the little colored thing that's on his wrist like that, but that's all you can really see, so we're not going to worry too much more about that. I'm just going to kind of do this real fast just to add some style to it. Not much else, okay? So let's see. So like I said, he's got the straps going around here. He's got the other strap that kind of goes over here like this. It's underneath the kerchief and of course underneath his arm. So I'm just going to kind of do one of these. And then let's see, let's draw his waist like that just to give us edges. That's basically all we're doing. And now I can draw his other arm. So I'm going to draw his chest in like this to draw the other strap. And so I can draw his bicep, can't see much because of the hand, down to the crook of his arm, to his wrist, like this, down to the elbow, to the under the side of the arm, and we stop there. Because see, again, there's stuff in the way, so we can't draw everything, you know? So now we're just gonna draw another fist over here from the side, like that. So I'm gonna draw the back of his hand to his pinky, bring it in, do one of these, do that, and so now I'm going to draw the thumb, like that, and draw his other fingers, like this. Okay, and so I'm going to use this Sharpie, the Sharpie pen, to hide that little mistake, but to draw like that, just some edges, just to help define it as a cloth material, you know. All right. Okay, so let's draw the rest of them. So we can't draw much because of the arms in the way, so all I'm going to do is bring his shirt down like this into his belt, and then we can draw his belt, oops, like this. Same thing over here. And again, it's the two belt system, so we got to draw another belt. Something like that. And I'm basically just drawing, oops. It's kind of like the belt when you're a kid, you draw a square, skip a space, the square, because that's kind of like his pant loop is basically what I'm drawing there. So he's got that pack here that we'll put over here on this side. Like that. That's attached to the belt over here. So now I'm just going to draw his pants. And so I've got him a little hunched over a little bit, so I'm going to draw his outer leg in like this, out, in, and then down and all hunched over because that's where his knee is bent. I'm going to draw the inside of his leg like this. And the reason I did those little stair steps is just to draw like the little straps that he has going around his leg here. Like that. Okay. So let's just go ahead and finish this leg up, okay? So I'm going to draw his straps going over it like that. There's another one over it like this. And I know they're just floating, but I'm going by my sketch. And so my sketch I have, let's see, like this. And I wanted to do it like that first so I can draw them on top of this. Touch a few things that aren't touching there. And then I can come up here like this and just draw the other edges to it. Like that. Okay, so now I'm going to draw the, what do you call it? Well, I call it his lace protector. I know that's not what it's called or what it is, but because it's over his laces, that's what I call it. Alright, so there's that. I'm going to connect right there where it didn't connect, and then I'm going to draw his toe over like that. Connect the rest of his foot where it's not connecting. And so now I'm just going to draw a few little stair stepper treads, because that's got to do with the coloring too, because they're like teeth, or not teeth, they're like nails, like toenails, so they're white, so I got to make sure I put those in. So while I'm here, I'm going to add a few creases and folds, just because you know how I am, how I like my edges. And I'm going to draw the front of his pants like this. And he's all hunched over, so that's why I do little creases in his leg like that. Alright, so let's draw this other side. So now I'm going to come over here like this, down to the knee, do the other side, underside like this. And again, I'm just drawing, that one was way too much, I shouldn't have done that. The underside of his leg, of the pants of his leg. And so here, I did it like that so I can draw the strap across first. Okay? And so this one kind of goes like this. Okay. And let's see, I'm going to connect a few things that didn't connect, because sometimes I work really fast and I whip it away. Oh, shouldn't have done that. So let's draw some creases in his pants. That's a little too much of roundness. I shouldn't have done all that, but that's okay. I can live with that. Alright, so let's keep going. So I'm going to draw the edge of his pants into his boot down to his heel, the lace protector kind of goes across like that where it's tied on. And so now I can draw his shoes. So draw the front of his boot over like this to his heel. And so now I'm going to draw the treads like I did before. Just some big ones like that, come down. Nothing specific. I'm just trying to draw some big old fat tread, you know? And I think that's all we're going to do for that. So I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Bronto. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.